Welcome to What's in the Pot. I'm your host, Sean Grande, and today we are making sweet potato wedges. It's What's in the Pot. Thank you very much for tuning in to What's in the Pot. I'm your host, Sean Grande. So for my sweet potato wedges, I'm starting with 4 sweet potatoes, cut and peeled. I've washed them out and peeled them. Some people like to keep the skin on them. For this recipe, I didn't feel like keeping the skin on them, so I just cut them and peeled them, and I'm cutting them into nice chunks. We don't want to cut them too thin or too small because we want that nice thick chunky potato wedge. We don't want more of that shoestring fry kind of style that we're doing. We're just doing it more of a thick potato wedge. Especially, it's even better for when you're baking, when you have that nice thick wedge. They actually don't burn as quickly if you do it like a shoestring fry. So we're going to cut these up, and then we're going to go ahead and start seasoning them. So after we washed our potatoes, I'm going to start with a little bit of olive oil, probably about 2 tablespoons. You can use a little bit less if you don't want to use too much oil, but the oil will give it a nice coating, especially now. Once we add the oil, we're going to start adding our dry ingredients. So the first set of dry ingredients I'll be adding is some of the Badia complete seasoning. You know this is my favorite thing to add. I'm also going to be adding some of the Tony's Creole seasoning, not too much. It has that nice flavor, but it's also a little salty, so you don't add too much. And my favorite thing to add is some Old Bay. So add as much Old Bay as you want. I like to add a lot, probably equivalent to about maybe 2 teaspoons, almost 1 tablespoon. And to give it a nice little flavor, I add a little bit of cinnamon. So it kind of gives you that nice sweet and savory potato wedge flavor that you're gonna get when you bake these and pop these in the oven. As we mix them, we want to make sure all pieces of the potato is coated in that seasoning mix, and then we're going to go ahead and start putting them in the oven. So I line my baking dish with a little bit of foil. You can use parchment paper, or you can just put them straight onto the pan. I like to add it so it doesn't stick too much. Sometimes I like to add a light coat of cooking spray just to make sure my potatoes don't stick. Now I have the oven set to 425 degrees, and we're baking these for about 45 to 50 minutes until they're golden brown. I like them a little bit crispy, but also I don't like them too soft. This is our final product. I've baked these for about 45 minutes. They're absolutely perfectly golden brown. You can bake them a little bit longer if you want the texture a little bit more crispy. I like these this way. They're not too crispy. They're not too soft. But thank you very much for tuning in to What's in the Pot. I'm your host, Sean Grande. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and share this with your friends and your family. Till next time, peace.